For many people, Walt Disney World is the ultimate theme park destination. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that begs to be done right. Walt Disney World offers one of the best resort experiences in the world with their themed hotels, benefits, and amenities. Personally, myself and my wife decided on Walt Disney World as our honeymoon destination in part due to the multitude of benefits provided to those staying in official Disney resorts around the property. It's easy to look at the official Disney World hotels and find them unjustifiably expensive, especially seeing that some rooms go as high as $1,500 a night. Thankfully, with 25 hotels around the property, you're spoiled for choice. Walt Disney World's hotels work in 3 different pricing brackets. These are value, moderate, and deluxe. Starting at $110 for the cheapest option in the value hotels, pricing roughly rises in $100 increments between the brackets, with the exception of the $50 campgrounds. Thankfully for many travelers, Disney does not segregate the Walt Disney World benefits based on pricing. Those who stay in the campgrounds receive the same resort-wide benefits as those in the villas, unless you're staying in a club-level room. But what are these benefits? And ultimately, are they worth it? For review time, I'm Dominic, and let's explore the benefits of staying on property at the Walt Disney World Resort. Firstly though, what are you paying for if you go for the more expensive room options if all the benefits are the same? If you look at a map of Walt Disney World, the cheapest resorts start the furthest away from the monorail loop which connects Epcot and the Magic Kingdom. The resorts closest to the parks have the luxury of quick and simple transport options such as monorails, boats, and the soon-to-be open Skyliner that allow them to get to the parks quicker than those staying at the further away, cheaper resorts. A rather unknown benefit of the deluxe resorts is that they're almost entirely self-contained, meaning you rarely have to walk outside of the hotel between places like your room, the restaurants, and the lobby. This means that weather is less likely to affect your plans. And in Florida, the weather is insanely unpredictable, so it's often hard to plan ahead. Staying on property is all about the Disney experience, convenience, and trying to beat the crowds. Disney provides a huge amount of amenities and benefits that many guests may not realize exist, or find too cumbersome to utilize. There aren't many people who would venture all the way to Walt Disney World who aren't Disney fans. For those wanting the full experience, staying on property is just that. Many of the hotels are designed and themed with the same care as Disney's theme parks. Even the value resorts still have that subtle Disney charm that leaves a smile on your face. When it comes to beating the crowds, you want the best fast passes. As a resort guest, you are able to plan your fast passes up to 60 days ahead of time if you're staying on property. This gives a premium selection of the best times for the most popular attractions that you may struggle to get a fast pass for at all if staying off-site. Whilst it can be rather strenuous to plan your day ahead of time, having fast passes for the most popular attractions can leave you far more breathing room in your day. Also included in the Beat the Crowd offerings is extra magic hours. These are scheduled times in which select Disney theme parks will be opened earlier or remain to open longer through the day exclusively for resort guests. Though be aware that extra magic hours can cause a surge in attendance at the parks which they're offered at. We recommend utilizing the extra magic hours and then park hopping elsewhere throughout the day to beat the additional crowds. With all of these park hours and fast passes, it can be difficult keeping track of all of your plans. Thankfully, Disney keeps track of all of your bookings, reservations, fast passes, and tickets within My Disney Experience, which can be accessed on the Walt Disney World website or mobile application. All of this information is then stored on your Magic Band and RFID wristband, which are provided free of charge to resort guests. By booking your stay through Disney, you can include a dining plan with your package. A dining plan allows you to prepay for snacks, food, and drinks before you visit, which helps with the tedious budget planning. These dining plans come in 3 tiers, which are quick service, regular, and deluxe, which rise in price respectively. Whilst Review Time are yet to utilize the dining plan, we've heard it's a great option if you want to avoid the stress of constantly assessing your funds, but if you're a light eater, then it may not be your best option. Whilst dining reservations are open to all guests visiting Walt Disney World up to 180 days in advance, guests staying in an official resort can reserve their dining slightly earlier. How this works is that the 180-day restriction is only applied to your first day of your visit. This means that if you're staying for 10 days, you can reserve dine-in on your final day at 190 days in advance. But if you're only staying for 4 days, you can book for your final day 184 days in advance. Simply, it's 180 days plus however many you plan on staying for. This same rule also applies to the 60-day limit for fast passes and can make it easier to get some of the more elusive fast passes or dine-in reservations later in your stay. For those arriving internationally or interstate, Walt Disney World also provides a complimentary shuttle service from Orlando International Airport, also known as MCO, straight to your resort. Disney's Magical Express needs to be booked in advance along with your flight details, but it's completely free, incredibly convenient, and an extra magical way to start and end your Disney vacation. If you're traveling with select airlines, you can also check into your flight and check your luggage when leaving your resort with the Magical Express. Once you arrive at your resort, you're able to utilize one of the best private transport networks in the world. Whilst not exclusive for on-site guests, those staying at the many resorts have access to a multitude of public transport options, which allow you to easily travel to many theme parks, water parks, shopping districts, and resorts around property. Disney provides buses, monorails, boats, and shuttles to make your travels as seamless as possible. This system works both ways, so you can easily get back to your resort once you're at any of the main destinations. Ultimately, the benefits that Disney provides are designed to be so convenient that not staying on property would be considered a hassle. Though they make it appear as if you're receiving exclusive benefits that are only available to the select few that stay with Disney, but at 30,000 rooms around the Walt Disney World Resort, these exclusive benefits can definitely get rather crowded, so it can be a gamble at certain times of the year. Staying off property can make a Walt Disney World vacation far more affordable and achievable. But sometimes once you factor in all of the other costs such as transport to your hotel, taxis around property, hire cars and parking, it can get rather expensive rather quickly. Whilst we've covered a lot, we unfortunately can't cover every single benefit available. If you're planning a Walt Disney World vacation and have a question that hasn't been covered, feel free to leave a comment and we'll get around to it as soon as possible. We hope this video has helped clear up any questions and brings you a couple steps closer to the ultimate Disney theme park vacation. For Review Time, I'm Dominic, and thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing.